All right, so I heard this three times from people of God that they're talking about God's telling them that they're going to do laws to go against Christians, and the thing is that's what they did in the Bible. That's what they always do, and that's what they're doing. You already see it right now. You see it with California. They don't want the churches to gather together. They don't even want them worshiping together. Even if even if they're following the rules, like they're staying 6 feet apart. You see this where cops are like going arresting these people. They're following the rules. And then you see all the bias too. Like I remember when these protests first started, where it was about the government locking everybody down. People were actually fighting for their rights. No crime, no nothing. Yet the media was going after these people like they were evil. And then you got this other group, the BL Matters group. And then the media want to say they're peaceful protests, even though they're killing, stealing, and robbing. And then, so I don't want to, and then they're letting them do it. They're assaulting the police. They're not even trying to, like, if we actually had a real government, they would do everything to stop that group right now. That's actually a terrorist group. I'll say it. I don't care. It's a terrorist group with all the stuff they did. Yet they aren't stopping them. They let them do it. Yet the Christians can't get together and do things peacefully. That shows you that the evil is rising, and they're already going after Christians right now. So, and then now I'm gonna get into a bunch of stuff. Because then while I was talking about this, all these verses are coming to me. So the first one is Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So be wise. Know what's coming. See what's coming. Look at you see the enemy. You see all these things. Okay. And then she said they're going to do laws against free speech, but really they're going after Christians. Of course, that's what they always do. You see this in Canada. You can't say anything against the LB group. They'll say it's hate speech, even though that's a lie. You can't be hate speech. Free speech is free speech. You can't sit there and say it's hate speech and then take away free speech. Okay. But anyway, this is what they do. They're gonna do it here. And then here's the thing: use your mind. That's when you start. If they start saying that you can't say those words, don't say them. Just say, stop sinning and repent. You don't have to say you don't have to get into the details and all that stuff. And then not only that, when they start asking you questions, because they're gonna try to get you to say that what they're doing is evil, and then say, oh, you did that speech, and then they're gonna call the police. You don't have to answer them. You don't have to answer them. And then when they do call the police, you just leave. Like you don't sit there and wait and no, just leave. But depends. It depends on all that stuff. But be smart. Like, okay, anyway. And then we get Luke 16:8, and the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in this generation wiser than the children of light. So he's saying the wicked are actually smarter than the good, the Christians, the children of God. Which, and then, I remember reading that, I was like, wow, this is true though. Because then you think about it, when you're evil, you think about evil things. You think about how can I use people, how can I manipulate people, how can I do this, how can I do that, and you start thinking about things, and then you start moving forward, and then I could do this, I can't do this, and you start seeing things where a good person, I'm gonna do that because there are no good people, but people who try to uphold the law, they aren't gonna do those things, they're gonna think about those things. The perfect example is that movie Fight Club. What did he do? He started a revolution by getting people in all different places, and this is how evolution was start taught in the schools. Because a lot of those schools were started by Christians trying to obtain knowledge. What did these people do? They didn't have debates with Christians and all this stuff. They started putting people in like the principal, people in the school council, you put people in the top places, and then you start kicking out, oh, this, we have to fire this person, try to make it not seem like it's against first religion. We have to fire this person because make up stuff to get them out. This is what they do. This is what wicked people do. This is what they do. Like a lot of these, a lot of people don't believe in these theories, and it's like it's true. Even if there's so many, I'm not gonna get into all of them, but there's so many things that they show you evidence. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get into all that. Okay, but whatever. And a lot of people still believe in. There's so many lies out there. Okay, anyway. Then we get to Matthew 22:15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk, and they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true and teachest the way of God in truth, neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of man. Tell us therefore What thinkest thou? Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar or not? But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said, Why tempt ye me? Ye hypocrites, show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny, and he said unto him, Whose is this image and superscription? They said unto him, Caesar. Then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and God on the things that are God's. So what did these people try to do? They try to go and trick him with his talk, with his they try to like trick him with his words. And then not only that, you see that too. You see the evil people coming together. I always say the devil will not attack their own. This is why the media won't attack the Black Lives or the LB or all these groups. Yet they'll always attack a Christian. You know, I remember when they did a I don't know, when they came out and they killed a bunch of those the Religion of Peace. You know, there's a mass murder, and then they took away the guns, which is exactly what they wanted. But anyway, I remember they did that, right? And then they never talked about news about on that same like time frame, 300 Christians were killed by these people. No mention of it in the news. There was like one page, and you had to look for it. So they're evil. This is what they do. And you see them how all that's controlled. You see social media is controlled. The news is controlled. You see, you know, it's very easy. Like I always say, all you gotta do is do a plug, and then all Christians are out. They know who the Christians are. They know who the true Christians preaching the truth. All you have to do is press a button. They know who you are, where you are, your files, your everything, and then they're just gonna kick you out. Okay. And then you get into okay, and then another very good chapter to read is in Daniel. Daniel is talking about the end times, but not only that, he gives like you see revelation about the end times through the book. And what did Daniel do when so they made a law that he couldn't do this, and look what Daniel does. This is Daniel 6:10. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, aka he couldn't do what he's about to do now, he went into his house, and his window being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled down upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime. This is what he always did. He didn't care about the law. He even left the window open. Go ahead, you can see me. And then this is when he gets thrown in the lion's den and all this stuff. But that's the thing. I always listen. You follow the rules until they go against your God. That's what I say. So these like the mask. I wear the mask. The thing is, it's different if you're working in those things for 8 hours a day. It's completely different. I wear them when I'm going to the store for a few minutes and this and that, so it doesn't bother me. But I don't know. You gotta pick your battles. But the thing is, I wear them as not, you know, whatever. And you know, but here's the thing, and then another thing in the Bible, they always talk about the fear of the multitude. They use the fear of the multitude to try to persuade people, and even kings were scared and followed what the people did and this and that. Okay, and you see this now. You don't wear a mask, people lose their mind. They call the police, they go after you, which is so. Listen, if you're scared of that disease that badly, why would you go to another person who could give you it even more? If you're truly scared, wouldn't you just go away? Why would you go bother another person, make it worse, start a fight? Now you're touching another person. You're spreading the disease. Like if he had the disease, you're gonna get it. That don't make no. But this is the wicked. This is what the wicked do. Okay. But so I follow it now. But when they do the vax, you know they're coming, and they're gonna be okay at first. Hey, you can take them when you want, but then they're gonna force them. And guess what? I'm still not taking them. I'm not taking those things. I heard it too much from all the people saying that they have something in them, and they do. When you look them up, they basically have something. They have a chip in there that's gonna that you won't be able to hear God's voice. So so I'm not taking them. I'm not taking none in my hand. I don't care. I already wrote this before. I said it multiple times. Listen, I'm not taking nothing. Period. Whatever they say to do, I'm doing the opposite. And when they say go to those FE camps, guess what? I'm going the opposite direction. When they say you have to have your phone on at all times, I'm getting rid of my phone. Like when things start getting crazy, I'm throwing my phone out, you know. You gotta be smart like that. And you know, I was thinking about that. Like somebody said this, and I didn't even think about it. Like I'm telling you, the wicked are more wise than the children. You know, somebody was talking about like, you know, if your phone said, you know, it's a warning, you have to go here. A lot of people are gonna do it. A lot of people aren't gonna be like, no, I'm not going, and boom, you're in the trap. So you gotta think, man. And then get closer to God, and God will tell you all these things too. So. And then you get into Daniel 3, talks about how he makes an image and tells everybody to bow down and worship it. If you don't, he's going to burn you with fire, which is so interesting because if you do, you're going to be burned in fire forever. So it's a big difference. But then, and they said no to the king. Like, that's, that's serious. Okay. And that's basically like a reflection of the mark of the beast. So you see it like, this is what Daniel is. It's pretty interesting. Now, Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they should be given into his hand until times and times and dividing of the times. The Christians will be given into the hand of the Antichrist. He's going to make laws. He's going to do things to go after us. He's going to go after us. And I already saw, there's a video, I could put that too, where she talks about how the last President O gave an order to kill the Christians. So I could put that video out there too. She also saw that he gave the order to force the vax, so him too. So, and then everybody's getting things where they're just saying he is the anti, like everybody's saying it now. I've been telling people, but you know, people aren't listening. They ain't praying. Okay, anyway, then you see it again in Revelation 13:7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power is given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So you see the Antichrist is going to have power to go after the Christians. And then, so the last thing is Matthew 10:32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. And that's like the last thing. So like, I'm not going to, you know, there's going to be a time where, you know, I'm not going to, like, if somebody asks a question I don't like, I'm not going to answer it, period. You know, unless they say, do you believe in Jesus? And I'm never going to deny it. I'm never going to deny it, no matter what. I don't care if it's a bunch of, you know, religion of peace in front of me. I don't care if it's a bunch of cops. I don't care if they're going to, you know, the I don't know how to say it. Thing that chops off your head is right in front of you. Like, you don't deny God, period. You know, I remember watching, there was a movie I forgot to call it, but that's what they try to make them do. They'll try to make them deny Jesus Christ. So I hope this helps you. You know, I hope this gives you some things to think about, and you know, God bless you guys.